knew it! They said it was gonna be easy! We're gonna fucking die here!
Commander, do you hear me? His information was wrong. We're outnumbered. We're trapped. Commander, do you hear me? What are we gonna do?
We're gonna fucking die here!
Nobody's dying. It's not your first mission, so act like it. The contact point is near. You're gonna make it. This way. This way.
Hello guys, and welcome to Forgotten but Unbroken. I'm Vulcan, and today I'm going to be running you through a first look at some gameplay of this World War II turn-based tactics game. This game is developed by Centurion Developments and published by Microprose. Big thanks to Microprose for sponsoring this video. Forgotten but Unbroken's demo will be available for everyone to play on the 8th of June, and if you like the look of it, make sure to wishlist it on Steam. Find a link to the game in the description. So here we are in the tutorial, and we are going to be heading through this one, and I'll talk to you about the different mechanics that are available in this game. So it's just telling us here that the mission objectives are available at the top of the screen. Just going to press escape to move on to the next part, which tells us about the exit point. So to evacuate your units, you have to get them to the exit point area and use the exit mission ability button. Evacuate your team as soon as possible. The enemy is after you. One thing I really like about the exit points in this game is that you don't have to have all of your team there in order to evacuate personnel. You can just get them to leave one by one, which is really handy. Movement's pretty standard. Left mouse button to select a unit, right mouse button to move them, and you can move based on the amount of action points they have. Another nice thing that they can do though is underneath where it says the amount of action points, you can see that it has a bullet icon, so it shows you how many shots you can take after you've moved, which is really handy. And then it's just got camera controls, EQ for rotate, middle mouse button, WASD, and left mouse button. Will and panic, so we have the will bar, which is the blue bar up the top, and then we have HP bar, which is the green bar underneath. And if a unit loses all of its will, then it will be panicked and remain that way for one turn, which basically means it can't do anything. So panic state can be removed by healing the unit or using the Warcry perk. Some different soldiers have Warcry. You can defeat enemy units to regain will during the battle. Warcry can also regain will relative to the perk level. Game speed, you can change the game speed, which is really handy just to speed things up when the AI is just running around rather than like actually engaging you. It's really nice for the missions where units are just patrolling and such. Alright, now we're going to be introduced to the first of the soldiers, the Wehrmacht soldiers. These guys are trained standard, training is standard, weapons are standard, equipment standard, kind of your basic enemy. They can use Overwatch, hunker down. In certain circumstances they may panic. Alright, and here we are. So we can zoom out this far, we can zoom in this far, and you can see that we can rotate the camera and so on. We currently have the objective to just escape. So whilst we can shoot at these guys by clicking on these at the bottom, and that will take us into the aiming system, we probably don't want to do that. We probably want to move. Although in this case, what I might do is move and shoot just to show you how that works. So if we move over here,
With every step.
and then we choose a target, we can just left click to shoot and have a 16% hit chance. The other really interesting thing about this game is there is an aim, which I actually really like, where you can use up extra action points to add hit chance. But for now, we'll just take the shot. We actually managed to hit him, which is pretty lucky. Anyway, we're going to end his turn by pressing 1, and then we'll move on to the next person. You can also press tab to scroll through the remaining people that can move. If you press end turn, it does use up the rest of their action points and they won't be able to move, so don't do that before you've done everything you want to do. But yeah, for the rest of these, we're just going to be running as far as we can, as quickly as we can. So let's just get a move on.
Your asses, let's go.
Lovely. Alright, we'll just end the turn for both of those, and now the Wehrmacht will come after us. We did unfortunately get hit there. These lot don't look like they have any action points to shoot after they move. Now we have the grenade tutorial. Grenades are powerful weapons. You can use them by selecting the grenade ability from the action bar. Combining them with an explosive object like a car is sure to cause a big amount of damage. We have shooting, which is what I've already shown you. To shoot an enemy unit, hover over them with the mouse and use left mouse button to select the enemy unit. Alternatively, you can use the attack shield to initiate an attack on a specific enemy unit. So that was the little shield that I clicked at the bottom. And we have the focus mode, where you can take advantage of bonus aim by using the right mouse button, and that will increase your hit chance by 10% for the additional cost of 4 action points up to 2 times. So you can add up to 20% chance to hit. Really nice for me, because my RNG is quite often very bad, and in situations where you might only be able to fire once but you have an extra amount of AP, you can get a little bit of an extra chance to hit. And then there's looting in this game, which is really cool. We have lootable objects, so there will be stuff around the map that you can pick up, but also there's a chance that fallen enemies will have a lootable object, so they might drop their gun. When I was messing around with this before, one of the Fallschirmjägers dropped their STG-44, so I was able to use that. Really cool. And that's about it. It's just telling us that there is the button in the top right for additional tutorials. Now we have the Helinka Guard coming in, a paramilitary unit formed from the Home Defense Organization. It was established to serve as a counterbalance to the army and police forces in the independent Slovak Republic. They have poor training, poor weapons and poor equipment, and they possess no additional abilities and are prone to panic quickly. So what we can do is maybe sling a grenade over to this Wehrmacht soldier, and it will show you how the car blowing up works. So we need to make sure that it's going to land in range of the car. What you can do, which is another really interesting thing about how the engagement mechanics work in this game, is you can actually adjust the height of your throw to avoid obstacles and make the grenade land in different ways. So that's really cool. So what we're going to do, we're just going to sling it here so it just bounces next to him and then hopefully blows up the car as well. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, and then we need to run for our lives. We'll just run all the way up here. Get as far as we can. Wonderful. Okay, let's move on to the next turn. Helinka Guard are coming. You can see that my guy lost some will there because he was shot at, but he wasn't actually hit. You got to be a bit careful of that. Even if you're in cover, if you take a lot of shots, it might end up taking away all of your will, and then your unit is prone to panic. So we have some good chances to hit people here, but because there's so many of them, we're just going to keep running as far as we can. None of them are on Overwatch, or have the Overwatch ability, I think, so we can just carry on as quickly as possible towards the exit and complete our objective.
Sir, yes, sir.
So this is just the tactical portion of the game. There is another portion of the game where you have to like manage your base and stuff, which is really cool, and we'll be getting to that shortly. Just got to try and survive all these Wehrmacht soldiers shooting at us. Now if you fancy turn-based tactics games, you can see that this is one that's definitely worth keeping an eye on. Our guy has panicked and he's going to be stuck in that position for another turn. But what we can do
Yes, Commander.
is
I'm listening.
maybe try and get these two guys out. And you can see that we can leave individually.
I'm moving.
So these chaps are going to run and leave. Then we'll just speed up this turn. Our poor chap is having a real bad time as he keeps getting shot at. He's actually down to 36 health, but he will be able to get out this turn. And off we go. Mission complete. So successful shot potential was 100% because we only attacked once. Actually, we did attack with a grenade as well. That's why our average damage per attack is reasonably high. But each player gains 300 base XP. That's all of the different soldiers that we had with us. Let's go to our base. So this is the second part of this game where you have a base to manage, which is really cool. So we have our base camp where we can recruit, arm, heal, and send our units on missions. We have to go to the map view in the HQ to select our next mission. And missions appear over time. So we have time control, which we can speed up in order to get to our next mission. And also it helps with like healing your troops and so on, like they heal over time. So you can speed that up by upgrading the tents and stuff. But yeah, the idea is that you sort of fast forward to the next mission and then like the next day or whatever, so that you can go and do another mission with different people. You'd also have to keep an eye on your like morale and stuff, which can go up and down while you're in the base as well as in the mission. So that's also important. So telling us to go to the HQ to recruit some more men. And then we have mission units. You can send up to 6 units on a mission. To select or replace a mission unit, enter the war room. And then we have the full release potential, which is the idea that we're going to have more buildings and tons of ways to look after our base, keep the team happy, recruit, train staff, send them to the shooting range, improve their skills, use a medical tent for quicker healing, and more. So there's going to be way more added to this system, and you'll see there's like plenty of different building slots here. So over here we can build potentially a shooting range, but it's not available in this demo. We have the ability to build like an extra tent, for example, so that we can have some more men. There's a hospital, the kitchen, and the armory. I believe we can build an armory, so we should probably do that. And we can also build like an extra tent potentially, because there's a temporary tent here, and the temporary tent will be filled up if there is not enough space in this tent, for example. Currently there's 6 beds in this tent, and you can see that they're taken up by our guys who are chilling out. And the idea is that you'll have to add more if you want more men. So if we go to the HQ and we go to the cabinets here, we'll have more men to potentially recruit. If we go click on the empty, we've got new recruits here. So we've got a sapper who we can recruit. We're just going to recruit all of these. A commando, a heavy gunner, and a sniper here. Now we can't recruit him at the moment, probably because we don't have enough room. So let's just go here and build this, and then maybe we can recruit him. There we go. So now we have all of them, and you can see the multiple different classes that are available. So we've got 2 heavy gunners, we've got a soldier, a medic, a sapper, a commando, and a sniper. And each of these have different abilities or perks. So in this case, our soldier here, he currently has Iron Man, which means he can't bleed. He's got one more step, which increases his AP by 6. And he's got Lucky Bastard, which is plus 15% chance that the enemy will miss a shot that they would otherwise hit. This is really powerful. Then we got the character panel, where you can also increase their attributes. So strength, dexterity, intelligence, and endurance. When they level up, sometimes you get the ability to increase these. So strength increases the carry weight of the unit and determines the damage of melee attacks. Dexterity determines how much AP the unit can use and their hit chance when using a weapon. Intelligence affects the weapon's familiarity and the speed by which the unit gains XP. And endurance affects the damage taken by bleeding or burning. So higher endurance means you take less damage. And you can see their maximum HP and their AP and other things about them, like his origin is Czech, which is interesting, and you've got a little bit of a description down here as well. So Martin was born into a middle-class family in Prague on August. His mother worked as a nurse in a hospital, and his father served as a senior officer in the Czechoslovak army most of his life. He was recognized for his service in the First World War, which, however, took a toll on his health. And then we've got those for every single person who we've just recruited, I believe, which is really cool. So let's just go into the perk tree. We'll add an extra perk point because our chap here, Martin, leveled up. So we just need to see where we want to go with that. Getting no pain, no gain early on seems like a good idea so that we get extra experience faster throughout these missions. We've also got the equip secondary slot, which is pretty handy for carrying like a pistol. The other thing is just like increasing AP. AP is always good to have. Pistol hit chance is nice, but maybe not something you'd use as often. And unnoticeable is actually pretty cool. Unit has a chance to not set off enemy overwatch. So up to 90% chance to not set off enemy overwatch. That's huge. Let's go for the Lucky Bastard level 2. 30% chance to not be hit by a shot that would otherwise hit. That's big. Okay. And now we have our chaps ready to go. We can think about doing the next mission. You can see that he has already recovered a little bit of health, but if we wait over time, he will get his health back, you see. So we fast forwarded it, and now his health has recovered. That's pretty handy. We can also upgrade these buildings. So you can see here, stoves provide warmth to the crew, thereby increasing overall satisfaction and team morale. At the same time, they contribute to better recovery after injuries. So in this case, anyone who's basically working in the headquarters would benefit from this. We don't have anyone who's working in the headquarters specifically, so we probably just want to build that in here, and you'll see the stove appear where this wood pile is. So if we build that, now we have a stove, and that will help with our morale over time. I'll also want to build one in here for the same reason. Make sure that our sniper that we recruited has his own stove to work with, and those are built with resources which you can find in the warehouse. So here we start with 700 wood, 160 steel, we've got the gravel, the tools, there's some fuel and food in there, and in the armory we can potentially repair our weapons that get damaged over time. I think we have to like place one of our guys in there in order to use that. I'm probably going to assign this chap, and then we can put him on auto, and he'll use tools to repair guns. The reason I'm going to put him in there is because we already have a gunner, and he's going to be our second gunner. Okay, so he's going to happily do that for us, and you can see he's repairing a rifle for us. We're going to put another stove in here so that he's happy while he's doing that. And we can also install an auxiliary gun rack. Gain space for repairing multiple weapons simultaneously, overall speeding up the entire process. Doesn't look like we can do that during this tutorial, but you can see that there are going to be plenty of available upgrades over time. We can also upgrade the stoves to make them more efficient, which could be handy, particularly when you're managing resources throughout the campaign. There is going to be a lot to pay attention to here in this camp that you build up over time and introduce more staff to, as well as the soldiers that you go on missions with. We have a little radio over here, which I believe is just for funsies at the moment. And then on the right, we have this radio station that we can actually get in contact with different places. So London, Washington, Moscow. In this game, you're playing as the Resistance and complete missions that help or are assigned by either the US, UK, or Russia. All will be asking if you can do something that overall helps your resistance efforts and sabotages the Germans in one way or another. And they'll send you money or supplies, military help if you do missions for them. So if we go to the war table now, you'll see that this is the map, and if we speed things up, we'll eventually get a mission. There's also going to be events popping up in the bottom right, so you can see the timer slowed down automatically because we got a world event. Germany invades Russia. So in a bold and unprecedented move, Germany has launched Operation Barbarossa, a massive invasion of the Soviet Union. Over 3 million German soldiers, supported by thousands of tanks and aircraft, crossed the Soviet border early this morning. The assault, which spans from the Baltic to the Black Sea, aims to crush Soviet defences rapidly. Field Marshal Wilhelm von der Leeb targets Leningrad. Field Marshal Fedor von Boch advances towards Moscow, and Field Marshal Gerd von Rundstedt moves into Ukraine. Hitler declared the invasion a necessary preemptive strike against Bolshevik aggression. Soviet Premier Joseph Stalin has called for total resistance, condemning the attack as unprovoked. International reactions are swift, with Britain and the US condemning the aggression and pledging to support the Soviet Union. The fate of Europe hangs in the balance. So you can see that it's starting at the point where the Germans start attacking the Soviet Union. So we're going to speed things up and hopefully we'll get given our next mission. There it is. So it's going to be a mission from the British, as you can see by the icon on top. The star, the white star, is going to be American, and the red star is, of course, Soviet. So, castle ruins. A friendly guerrilla cell was wiped out by the enemy. According to the latest reports, someone may have survived and retreated to nearby ruins. Your mission is to protect the survivors and stop the ongoing enemy attack. So we have some tips here as well, which are really handy to read. So equip the heavy machine guns to secure the area. Expect the enemy will try to attack from more sides. If there is any survivor, he will join the fight by your side. Take a sapper to this mission and place landmines on important points before the attack begins. And we have our intelligence report. So our undercover operatives surveyed the mission site and secured the following informations. Lone wolf, no help from allied forces. The following enemy units were seen at the mission site, so Wehrmacht soldiers, paratroopers, SS Division Totenkopf, and SS Division Adolf Hitler. So we've got some elite units potentially. And the equipment of the enemy forces at the site is average. Other important information: enemy forces have set up a new defensive line, and mission difficulties easily. So we can just decline this for a second. And what I'm going to do is actually take my Weapon Master off here. So that we can take him with us into this mission, because in this mission there are 2 machine guns, so having 2 heavy gunners is important. So we've got both of them here. We've got Karol and Wojciech. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, apologies if I'm not. And we can edit the loadout of all of these men before we jump into the mission. So we have his character traits, which we can use to level him up if he needs to level up. But then we also have the armory, which is really interesting, where we can give him different weapons. So we've got Sten guns, there's some Kar-98s, Lugers, and there's a Browning machine gun as well there. Now the chap here who's using a Mauser, he's a heavy gunner, so you could probably use the Browning. So we'll just take this out and put that in there. There we go, and we're going to have to give him some ammo. So we'll just pop that in there, put it in the quick slot so that he can reload quickly. We can also potentially give him a new helmet or a knife. If we have like a spare knife, for example, we can put that in the slot. We're going to want to make sure that all of the ammo is in the quick slot. It just allows him to reload so much faster. As for our medic here, we're going to add some, or basically all of the medic stuff into his inventory. He currently has small medkits in his quick slot. We're going to put a heavy one there instead. And we'll top up his ammo. Always got to make sure that you have plenty of ammo. So we'll just max out the Sten ammo there and give that to him. We don't need to have mines. Mines are something that automatically get added. You can see it does have a secondary slot. You can actually put like throwing knives, for example, in the secondary slot. In this case, he's got 2 grenades, so that's absolutely fine. And then we'll give him Thompson magazines. And he has the Bren, so we'll just put the Bren in the quick slot here. I think that is pretty much everything we need to do. We could hand him a knife as well, just in case. And we can also hand out extra grenades. And the way you can split the stack by right-clicking. And the amount of times you right-click is how many times it brings stuff over. It's a really handy system, actually, that works very well. We'll just hand out grenades to everyone. Give grenades, spare grenades if they don't already have them. Wonderful. You can basically take in as much as you want. I could even give these guys the Luger, and we'd need to give him some ammo for that Luger as well. Perfect. That'll do. We can also mess around with the perks if we need to, and we can trade stuff between different soldiers if it's easier to do that. Alright, wonderful. Let's start the mission. In we go. Thank God you are here. The enemy is approaching. They will be here soon. I'm the only one left. Prepare your defensive positions. Don't hesitate to use our machine gun nests if necessary. And if we survive, please take me with you. Okay guys, hurry up. Understood. So now we are going to be doing the mine placement. So in certain missions where you're defending, you'll have a chance to set up some mines before the enemies arrive. And because we have a sapper, we can place up to 5 mines on the battlefield using the left mouse button to place a mine and right mouse button to remove it. Generally in this game I found the controls to be like really decent, like kind of nice quality of life, just easy peasy. Like I was talking about with the splitting stacks. Same with this where you just like left click, right click. It's easy to do. So mine placement, white tile represents a valid placement for a tile, red indicates that the terrain under the tile is too hard to dig, and green tile represents a position of your unit, so obviously you don't want to step on your own mines. And when you're ready, press the begin button on the top right. So we go straight into the mine laying. We probably want to place one on the edge of this bridge. We also want to place them near cover, so like the enemy might come over here. From over here, for example, you can see if we zoom out, we get these little skulls which are going to show the approaches. And what we're going to do is like place one like behind this tree, for example. We can place one here behind this sort of rock. We could place one like behind this tree, behind this tree. The way that mines work in this game is if they step on them, they don't blow up immediately. They only blow up when they step off them, like like a normal pressure mine. So that's kind of cool. And we could place like a mine further up here, for example. So let's do that. I could also use a mine maybe over here, but we won't bother with that for now. Alright, let's begin. So recruiting. Some of your allies can be recruited. With one of your units close to a recruitable ally, press left mouse button to take control over the unit. You can also choose to not recruit them, in which case they will continue fighting alongside you. So yeah, in some missions you get like allies, and you can actually recruit them and take them back to your base with you. In this case, we will probably do that, but in other cases where you might not want to like take that soldier with you because they'll be like using up too much food or something, and you probably won't be using them in the future, then there's no point. Then you don't have to do it. They'll just keep fighting with you for that particular mission. And then we have the abilities at the bottom. So at the bottom you can see that we have Overwatch, Hunker Down, there's Grenade Throw, and some interactive tiles such as heavy machine gun will spawn their own dedicated button in this area as well. So when you jump on a heavy machine gun, there'll be a button at the bottom which allows you to fire it. And you can see whenever you see an object glowing white, it means it's interactable. Hover over it and press left mouse button to use it. So we'll be doing that as well. And there are interactive object penalties. So some interactive objects like machine gun may impose a class penalty or an advantage for executing the object's special ability. For example, heavy gunner will gain an extra 10% hit chance advantage for using a heavy machine gun, whilst a medic will be penalized with a minus 10% hit chance. So putting the right classes on the interactive objects is really, really important. That's why I brought two machine gunners with me, because there's two machine guns on this map. So there's one over here and there's one over here. So if we go to this chap, he can just go and run and get on that. Lovely. And you'll see that he's able to fire that immediately. And let me just show that off for you guys. Which absolutely destroyed those guys. That was beautiful. We started making this guy bullied as well, which is really good. Because if they don't have a medic, they lose 13 HP per turn. Huge. We also have our other guy here who can jump on this gun. He won't be able to fire it this turn because I don't think he has enough action points. But he's ready to go and we'll be able to engage these Wehrmacht soldiers coming at us.
Sir, yes, sir.
Other than that, we'll make sure to go say hi to this chap, Bernard. And he'll be recruited to our side. So now we have direct control of him. I'm just gonna kind of like move him up into a position where he can help.
I'm listening.
We'll go over here as well with Martin behind the tree.
Sir, yes, sir.
We'll want to move over to this side. We'll take Max over there. And since we did so well with the machine gun, we probably only need like one extra guy here. We'll send our chap with the Thompson over to help out.
Nous nous battons pour la liberté.
Okay, and yeah, he can just go and help defend that bridge. Perfect. We are ready to go. I probably should have put them on to Overwatch. So two of those are just sitting on my mines. If they end up moving off those, they will blow up.
Bewegung, Bewegung!
He just lost 13 HP and he stepped on a mine. Yeah, that chap is not having a good time. Alright, first things first, we'll want to do the machine guns. See if we hit anyone. I love the way it looks when it like hits all of the terrain, it's so cool. And then we'll do the same with this chap. Unfortunately that time, no luck. So we'll switch through. We can hit some people. I'll show you the aiming. So currently at 21%. If we right click, you'll see that it stabilizes and it goes to 31%. We can right click again and it goes to 41%. So we'll take that shot. That's going to use up quite a lot of AP, meaning he only gets one shot, but one accurate shot is often better than two inaccurate shots. So we might do the same here, although I might just do an Overwatch with him. And same here. And same there as well. You can see this, their ability to shoot is like a certain distance, and if anything like runs into it, then the Overwatch will allow you to shoot at them. So fires on the first enemy that moves within the line of sight with a 40% aim penalty. And it's not set off by patrolling enemy units. In this case, I don't know if I really want to like move any further forwards, and we can shoot at this guy with like a 13% chance. I might just give it a go. 33% with double aim. I'll do. Let's see if these soldiers move. Yep. Both of them went down to those mines. Perfect. Oh, I killed the guy behind him as well. Nice. We're doing a lot of damage. Mines are super powerful, and we've already basically set off every single one. But here come the Fallschirmjägers. So Fallschirmjägers, paratrooper branch of the German Luftwaffe. They have excellent training, excellent weapons, and excellent equipment. They can use Overwatch, hunker down. In certain circumstances, they may panic. So now we've got to deal with those as well. And you can see these ones, they have SCG-44s. So that's going to be a bit sketchy. But we'll just keep blasting away with the machine gun. Hopefully we'll hit some more people. We hit both of those Fallschirmjägers back there, and we took out the guy on the left, so that was big. Over here on the left, we'll do the same. Hopefully we can hit the Fallschirmjägers that are standing out in the open. Because these are heavy machine gunners on the heavy machine guns, or like because they're machine gunners on the machine guns, they can get extra accuracy, and so we're doing so much damage with those. Alright, let's have a look. Who wants to go next? We'll just put him on Overwatch. He doesn't have any targets, so put him on Overwatch. Same there. And same there. Perfect. That'll do.
Schneller! Schneller!
The other thing that we might want to do is kind of check if any of these troops have dropped anything, because we can go and loot them for extra ammo, extra weapons, and that would be handy for equipping other soldiers in the future. Particularly these Fallschirmjägers, when they die, they have a chance of dropping their gun, which is really good. So we'll just hold space to speed them up as they aren't firing at us anymore. And if we click left alt, see it removes the UI, and we can have a look around and see if anyone has dropped anything. It will just show up as like writing on the floor if there is something there to loot. No luck so far.
Sir, yes, sir.
But let's get this guy to fire away once again. And even more damage there. Perfect. We'll do the same here. Took out the Fallschirmjäger. Did he drop his gun? No, he didn't.
Monsieur, oui, monsieur.
I am somewhat tempted to move down here, but I think we just sit on the Overwatch. Let's just take the shot here.
Blood for blood.
If you have a second shot, it stays in that aim mode, which is also a really nice quality of life feature. It doesn't like bring you back out of the aim mode. You just stay in the aim mode. If you want, if you have a chance to take another shot, you can obviously back out of it, but yeah, it's pretty handy. Alright, we might as well take a shot here because they're not coming into our Overwatch. We'll move forwards, Alan. Nice tactical roll there. It's one of my favourite animations of this game. It's like the cheeky tactical roll over the wall. We could also maybe try and like nade him. There's a chance maybe that we get a nade on target. And we can bounce it as well. You can see that we could bounce it off the side. Do a pro bounce. That'd be funny. See if we can do a pro bounce and blow this guy up. There we go.
Granat!
Bonk. Epic. Alright, we'll just end the turn there. End the turn there. We'll take this shot. Nice. We managed to hit as well. Wonderful. Oh, my machine gunner just took a hit there. That guy bled out. Oh, ouch. My machine gunner is having a bad time. And he's panicked. That's not good.
Drecksack!
Overwatch. Unfortunately, due to the like 40% penalty, it's quite unlikely we're going to hit him.
Drecksack!
We'll have to pull that guy back on the right because he's going to start panicking too. Also, I'm going to want to get my medic to come over and heal up the chap who's injured. So if we move next to him and we have action points left, then we can use the med pack. In this case, we don't have enough action points.
Sir, yes,
So
sir.
I'm ready!
we'll just chill next to him. I'm going to put him on the machine gun. And we'll pray to our Jesus. Nice. Mowed down both of these guys. Oh, and you can see that he dropped his SGG-44. Now that's actually going to be kind of difficult to get to, but there is potential. We'll do the machine gun here, and maybe this guy will drop his SCG. He did not. I'm just going to get him off.
Monsieur?
Oh, I accidentally ended the turn there on this guy.
Monsieur?
That is a bad habit that I get. I just clicked end turn instead of shooting that guy. Oops.
Sir, yes, sir.
Quoi?
Well, what we could do is kind of run over here
Up, up, up.
and take a shot at this Fallschirmjäger. Perfect. He didn't drop his SGG though, so it's kind of sad. Right, let's have this guy fall back. And we'll put him on Overwatch.
Ben je klaar om dood te gaan?
One of those soldiers bleeding out. And one really nice thing about Martin manning this machine gun is because he has 32 action points and this costs 16 action points, he can actually fire it twice.
For the farm! Blood for blood!
Unfortunately, his accuracy is still quite lacking, so there is that.
Bien reçu.
I meant to aim. I keep pressing one to aim sometimes as well. Accidentally ended my turn. Right, we want to use the medkit here to heal Carol,
There you go, buddy.
and that will basically stop him from being under the injured tag, which means he recovers faster, I think, in the camp. But we can take the shot as well, so we might as well. Nice hit. For Carol, we'll just move here. And we only have a 0% hit chance, so we'll just throw a grenade. Nice. Good damage. I might also just be able to finish this guy with a grenade, because he has another one. Oh, 4 health. That's sad. Alright, let's run this chap over to help out.
Tu l'as eu.
And we can also bring over our gunner.
Rusham!
3% chance we don't have enough AP.
I'm hit!
So before the end, I would like to try and get the SCG. Oh no, the Fallschirmjäger get his own guy. That one's running. It's okay. Fashion maker. That's brutal. Okay, let's just use the
Sir,
machine
yes,
gun.
sir.
See if we hit the fashion maker at all. We hit him twice, perfect. That means that Bernard might be able to just finish him off with a shot. I might even be able to get Carol to do it.
I'm listening. You got
Or Max. Nice little combat roll there. Oh, that would have been great if we got the kill, because then Bernard could have just ran and picked up the STG. He's got a good chance of hitting from here. There's a 73% chance.
I'm ready.
Unfortunate.
Come on. Oh, Jesus.
A 5% chance, well, it's very unlikely. Okay, we can likely move up here and take a shot that's a bit closer. Or we could just aim from here and hope for the best. That works too. Now the big problem we have is because this is like the last guy. If we want to get the SCG, we need to leave him alive in order to loot that before the end of the mission. Otherwise we won't get a chance to pick it up.
I'm ready.
So what we're going to do is end our turn. And
I'm listening.
I would like to go and pick this up. We have to get closer before we do that.
Chef, oui, chef.
Not going to shoot at this guy at all.
Sir, yes, sir.
We'll just
Let's
get
do
into
it.
cover here
Sir,
with these
yes,
guys
sir.
who are hurt.
Tak jest, sir.
He's ready to go again. Definitely wasn't an SGG dropped over here, was there?
Kom op, mannen. Lopen, lopen.
Monsieur,
Alright, we got our men covered. Let's end the turn.
I'm ready.
And hopefully we can
chef, oui, chef.
loot that in one turn. Okay, well we'll do it from the other side then. I think that guy's just kind of taking cover.
Sir, yes, sir.
Quoi? Quoi?
Okay. I think I have to move next to it.
Couvrez-moi.
And then maybe I can grab it from here. Or maybe it's because he stood on it. He's hogging the STG. The execution. I do have 8 AP, right? How much AP do I have on this guy? I can't see it. Yeah. Whatever.
La France.
I'll take him out. Execution. Yeah, we're not going to get the SCG. I maybe could have waited another turn and just taken a shot to the face, but we won't worry about that. Regardless, you can pick it up. I think he was just sat on it. Stopping me from taking it. So that was pretty good. And we have a new available recruit. Which is the guy who we've just picked up, so we'll accept him. And we'll return to base. And he will join our other sniper who was hanging out in the other tent. So our latest recruit has been placed in a temporary tent. Keep in mind this is only a temporary solution and this tent provides no comfort or warmth to its occupant. This will eventually lead to significant loss of morale and possible desertion. And providing a truce with warm and cozy place to live in is important for keeping their morale high. This can be achieved by building stoves in your barracks. Don't forget to turn the heating on. I don't know if you actually have to turn on the heating specifically. But in this case, I don't think he went into our temporary tent because we have... Oh, he did go into a temporary tent. We should be able to move him to here. There we go. And that way his morale won't drop. But you can see all of these guys have leveled up. So let's go ahead and upgrade them. So this chap is a soldier, so he has very similar perks to Martin, where he has like the Lucky Bastard and the No Pain No Gain, One More Step, Iron Man, etc. So all of these are the same for each class, I believe. Not sure what. So this one can see further when detecting units. Retaliates critical hit by emptying the pistol magazine at the enemy. Pistol must be equipped in secondary slot. That seems pretty cool. A retaliation ability. We'd of course go for Lucky Bastard there, and we'll push him up to maximum on that, 50% chance. He's also leveled up his attributes, so we'll probably do Dexterity just to increase his AP. For Max, he is our medic. You can see that he has slightly different ones. So he does have the unit can't bleed and the secondary one here, but he's got the healer perk, which increases the amount you get out of med packs. You can increase his AP. We can give him extra will, balls of steel. Unit will take less damage. That's also very nice. A chance that the shooting enemy or shooting the enemy in the back will cause an instant kill is very nice. We've got a chance that instead of panic, the unit will use all of its AP and retribution to shoot at the enemy, and with a 40% penalty to aim and 4-turn cooldown. Iron Arms allows you to carry more stuff. Like if you loot loads of stuff in a mission, you can carry it all. A unit gains experience faster. Medic can revive falling unit. Half cover counts as full cover. Some really, really nice perks that you can get and make your guys super good. In this case, like because he's the healer, we're gonna level that up, and I'm also gonna take Blessed as well. Reduce the damage he takes by 40% and give him an extra 10% healing. For our heavy gunner, he has the same two at the top. We got Iron Arms, which allows you to carry more. We got the reduces penalizations when using heavy guns. We've got the Prospector, which is chance to detect enemy mines during movement or at the start of a player turn. We've got the unit experience. There's grenade throw further. Grenades cause more damage. Unit ignores part of the aim penalty caused by the injury. So if he gets injured, you get like an aiming penalty. Balls of Steel. There's a higher chance to hit when using Panzerfaust. And there's also one-man tank band. Overband unit can use Panzerfaust without penalty. It's pretty cool. Probably be useful in later missions. For now, what we'll do is we'll probably just give him a heavy gunner. Our sapper. He gets double barrel Iron Man. There's also the Sapper ability, in which Sapper can place or defuse mines under soft surfaces and detect enemy mines, and that's within 5 meters, within 7 meters, and also you get plus 50% mine damage when that's maxed out. When your unit dies, it'll attack visible enemies equal to their perk level with 40% aim penalty and 4 cooldown. Interesting. So if one of your units dies, then he'll sort of retaliate. That's not an amazing perk, I don't think, because it seems cool, but you won't want to be losing your guys if you can help it. Lockpicker, obviously be handy. You can use a lockpick in your inventory. Chance that shooting the enemy in the back will cause instant kill. Chance that unit will recover mine. Lowers enemy cover bonus. Balls of Steel. Unnoticeable. Unit has a chance to not set off Overwatch, chance to fix damaged weapon using tools, and bigger loot. So that's pretty cool. We're just gonna max out Sapper, and then for the Commando, you can do ignores part of the aim penalty caused by injury, no pain, no gain, Iron Arms, double barrel. The main ones in the center are reduced melee damage relative to perk level. Says how much melee damage they take, because you're probably going to be up close and personal with the Commando. And then reduces Overwatch penalty. On level 3, if one of your units will trigger an enemy Overwatch, this unit will interrupt them, and by attacking it instead of them, which is really handy. You've got, when the unit is in danger of being hit by a grenade shrapnel, it will cover on the ground and take less damage. We've got the War Cry perk, pretty handy. Ability to throw knives and kill enemies without causing alarm. This is actually pretty cool. And Balls of Steel. And then we got Aggressor. Unit will begin a series of melee attacks with a chance to deal fatal attack. And Brute. Melee Overwatch always active. Deals additional melee damage on level 3 and will interrupt any melee damage with fatal attack. So, yeah, basically the Commando is like a melee specialist. We'll take Silent Death. This guy also has his attributes upgraded. So, we'll probably just do intelligence for him, get his XP up, so that he can heal more and so on in the future. But anyway, with all of that said, I am probably going to leave it here for today. I believe that covers most of the mechanics available in the demo. There are a few more exciting things to find out. There will be plenty more missions on the table, so don't worry about that. If we fast forward, you'll see that we'll get given another mission. There'll also be more events that occur. In this case, the next event is the rats. So bad news, Commander, we have a rodent infestation in our camp. We've lost some food supplies and we will have to discard even more. Additionally, some of the remaining food may be contaminated, resulting in an increased risk of disease. So our outcome is minus 119 food and plus 5% disease risk. So that's obviously something that's going to be playing a part as we continue through the campaign in the main game. We'll fast forward even more, and the next mission should pop up. We're just going through the days, and there it is. Our next mission is one for the Red Army. But that is all for now. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this first look at Forgotten but Unbroken. Remember, Forgotten but Unbroken's demo will be available for everyone to play on the 8th of June, and if you like the look of it, make sure to wishlist it on Steam. Big thanks to Microprose for sponsoring this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.